The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got hold of Paul Shanklin, and we decided to do a condensed version of last night's State of the Union. Union speech. This is an honest, condensed version of last night's State of the Union.
And now, the honest, condensed version of President Obama's State of the Union address.
My fellow Americans, 51 years ago, John F. Kennedy said something profound at his State of the Union. I will not. Thanks to the grit and determination of the American people, there isn't enough progress to my agenda. Corporate profits are evil, and we need a middle class to tax. It is our unfinished task to restore the basic bargain that built this country. The idea that if you work hard, you can get ahead no matter what you look like, or how you sneaked in, or who you love in a cheap motel, or whether you have a thing for feathers, high heels, or wigs with bangs. Now, the American people don't expect us to solve every problem. I haven't solved any, so don't worry. But they do expect us to put the nation's interest before our party. You first. In 2011, Congress passed my plan to have sudden, harsh, arbitrary cuts, called a sequester, that would jeopardize our military readiness and would most certainly slow our recovery and cost us hundreds of thousands of jobs. So let's set party interest aside and work to pass a solution to end this sequester crisis I manufactured right here in America. The biggest driver of our long-term debt is old people. The Unaffordable Care Act is slowing their access to medical care, but not fast enough. We must do more. Now, our government shouldn't make promises we can't keep, but we must keep the ones we already made, unless it was to turn a budget in on time after 4 years. And every day, I ask myself 3 questions about this nation. How do we attract more jobs to our shores? How do we equip our people with skills they need to get those jobs? And how do we make sure that hard work leads to a decent living? Well, how do we? We now produce more oil and gas right here in America. So we must do more to combat climate change. And if Congress won't act, I will do what I want, whenever I want. Why does Congress even exist? We need more infrastructure, like roads and bridges. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Today, too many families with solid credit are being turned down for home loans because of unnecessary regulation. And I just now noticed. So, free preschool for everybody. Now we all know what needs to be done. Send me a comprehensive immigration bill in Spanish, and I will sign it. There are still places in America where you can't get ahead, like Chicago. America will run away in Afghanistan and declare victory no matter what happens. Today, the organization that attacked us on 9/11, no, not Benghazi, the other 9/11, is a shadow of its former self. Cyber attacks are bad. There are many places where people live on little more than $1 a day. Ask my brother George. Now women deserve combat duty. And honestly, people, just give up your guns and we'll protect you about as well as we can protect a small child on a playground in Chicago where they have plenty of gun control already. And in closing, my fellow Americans, we are citizens. Honest. I have the birth certificates for both of us. God bless you, and God help the United States of America, because I won't. Thank you.
And there you have it, my friends, our State of the Union condensed version for those of you who...
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.